It's easier not to fall prey to what people tell you about yourself, or feel the smoke being blown up your or take the praise for what it is, or understand that, okay, if I do this, it's going to be more trouble.
Simultaneously, I close the border. We don't want people coming. We want people to come in, Harris, but they have to be vetted. They have to be checked. They have to come in legally. We want people. I want people to come into our country, but they have to be vetted. They have to be checked. So when you say, what do I...
Comedy Jam 25. It's good to see so many funny people together in one room, all wondering the same thing. Is Katt Williams going to show up?
Nervous as hell right now. Sam one time, Samuel Jackson. We was in Portofino, we had finished dinner one time. We walking back to go get on this boat. Hey, you're Samuel Jackson, I want to take a picture.
Music. It's easier not to fall prey to what people tell you about yourself, or feel the smoke being blown up your or take the praise for what it is, or understand that, okay, if I do this, they're going to be more trouble than his war L of things simultaneously. I closed the border. We don't want people coming. We want people to come in, Harris, but they have to be vetted. They have to be checked. They have to come in legally. We want people. I want people to come into our country, but they have to be vetted. They have to be checked. So when you say, what do I do? Comedy Jam 25, it's good to see so many funny people together in one room, all wondering the same thing. Is Katt Williams going to show up? Nervous as hell right now, on vacation with Sam. One time Samuel Jackson, we was in Puero. We finished dinner one time. We walking back to go get on this boat. Hey, you're Samuel Jackson. I want to take a picture. Samuel L. Jackson and Katt Williams just took Hollywood by storm, calling out none other than Oprah Winfrey and Steve Harvey, and when these two unleash on Hollywood's power players, you know it's going to get brutal. Death. Comedy Jam 25, it's good to see so many funny people together in one room, all wondering the same thing. Is Katt Williams going to show up? Nervous as hell right now. Katt Williams and Samuel L. Jackson are finally exposing the hidden fears that people like Oprah and Steve Harvey have been hiding all along. People are not powerful. Satan can't create anything that includes blessings for his people, but why? What secrets are they trying so hard to keep buried? Are we watching the fall of Hollywood's untouchables? Why is Steve Harvey terrified of Katt, and is Oprah's power starting to crumble in the face of these accusations? A person who's been shamed for so many years. I'm just sick of it. L. Jackson and Katt Williams are bringing the truth to light, and they're taking no prisoners. So what makes Steve Harvey so terrified of Katt Williams? Harvey is Hollywood's poster boy for positivity and family values, but Katt Williams has something to say about that image, and he's not holding back. Katt has hinted for years that Harvey's success has been built on keeping others down. Rumors of Steve's alleged backroom deals and power plays have haunted him for a while, but it's only now that the truth is starting to come out. And it's not just Katt Williams who sees through Harvey's facade. Samuel L. Jackson has also taken a stand, and he's shedding light on just how deep Hollywood's loyalty to certain figures goes. But why? What are they so afraid of? It's easier not to fall prey to what people tell you about yourself, or feel the smoke being blown up your or take the praise for what it is, or understand that, okay, if I do this, it's going to be more trouble. In his words, Samuel Jack, one of Hollywood's most prolific actors, has faced his own set of challenges. But as Jackson himself admits, Hollywood hasn't always been welcoming. Despite his success, he's been kept out of the highest inner circles for years, all because he refuses to play by Hollywood's rules. Why would Hollywood try to sideline one of its biggest stars? Jackson's now revealing how powerful figures like Oprah and Steve have kept others in line using tactics that are more about control than talent. And Katt Williams, he's adding fuel to the fire. And then there's Oprah Winfrey, known for her influence in media empire. Oprah's reputation has stayed strong for decades, but according to sources close to Katt Williams, she's terrified of him exposing her own hidden past. What's she so afraid of? 50 Cent has openly challenged Oprah before, hinting that her public persona doesn't match what goes on behind closed doors. And now with Samuel L. Jackson and Katt Williams speaking out, people are starting to ask questions. Could it be that Oprah's empowerment message is hiding something darker? Back in the day when 50 Cent was becoming a huge star, he had one big goal: make it onto Oprah's show. It wasn't just about fame. This would have been a major accomplishment for a guy who went from hustling in Jamaica, Queens, to the top of the rap game. Plus his grandma was a big Oprah fan, so he wanted to show her he'd made it. But when his people pitched the idea, Oprah straight up said no thanks. Ouch. See, Oprah wasn't feeling 50's music or his vibe at all. She was completely against everything in my music, 50 later admitted, so she ain't never going to have me on that show. I'm never going to reach that platform, which is Confirmation of you being a huge success, so I just said okay, if we can't be friends then at least let's be enemies, and boy did 50 Cent go all in. He dragged her fan base saying her audience wouldn't get him, and then this is petty genius, he named his dog Oprah. He was mad and he let her know it in true 50 Cent fashion. That's Oprah, okay. But Oprah isn't the only woman he side-eyed. Fast forward to the #MeToo movement and 50 noticed something about how Oprah was handling the situation. He claims she went after black men, calling them out publicly while barely saying a peep about certain powerful white men with much worse reputations, and that's where it gets juicy. Rumor has it Oprah's been ignoring black artists in favor of rubbing elbows with elite Hollywood types, folks like Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, people with serious allegations against them. Yet instead of keeping her distance, she was spotted cozying up to them. Now this was especially puzzling because while Harvey Weinstein's crimes were an open secret in Hollywood, Oprah stayed friendly with him. They had a warm friendship. There are even photos to prove it. Some people even suspect that Oprah was complicit, nudging young actresses toward Harvey. Rose Mwan, a vocal Weinstein critic, tweeted, "I'm glad more people are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't. What do you mean by a body flashback? I can feel him there." And when Oprah did finally speak about Weinstein, she was all vague and indirect, never really holding him accountable. Some say it felt like she was trying to protect him, like she didn't want to rock the boat too much. I think that this is, I'm always trying to look for the rainbow and the cloud, the whatever is the silver lining, and so I think this is a watershed moment. But when it comes to Michael Jackson, Oprah had no problem getting in on the controversy. Let's rewind to 199.3. She interviewed Michael at his Neverland Ranch. It was one of the most watched interviews ever. This was Michael's chance to clear up a lot of rumors about himself, like whether he wanted to be white or had telepathic animals. Yes, those were actual rumors, but Oprah didn't hold back. Her questions were nosy, almost accusatory, especially when it came to his relationships, which left fans feeling like she had an agenda. "I'm going to ask you this, and it's embarrassing for me to ask you this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Are you a veer?" Then came the ultimate betrayal. After Michael's death, Oprah supported Leaving Neverland, the documentary where Wade Robson and James Safechuck accused Michael of misconduct when they were kids. Oprah even went so far as to interview these accusers, making a big spectacle of it. The Jackson family and fans were furious, feeling like she was just trying to drag Michael's name through the mud, all for ratings, while never forgetting any of details that happened between us, but having no understanding that it was abuse. Having no Jermaine Jackson, Michael's older brother, called her out, saying she'd betrayed Michael for the sake of TV ratings. Taj Jackson, another family member who had known Wade Robson growing up, publicly expressed his outrage at Oprah, accusing her of using the situation to boost her image. Even Janet Jackson reportedly still holds a grudge against Oprah over this. She believes Oprah helped fuel the hate campaign against her brother, and it's left the whole family feeling bitter. Brandy Jackson, another family member, said she felt especially hurt by Oprah's actions because Oprah had once been welcomed into their home, even interviewing Michael's children. For her to later turn on them like this felt like a deep betrayal to the family. And let's be real, when the documentary Untouchable came out about Harvey Weinstein, did Oprah do anything? Crickets. There was no big show, no interviews with his victims. Harvey, an actual convicted criminal, wasn't held up on Oprah's stage, but she had no problem doing so for Michael, who was never found guilty of the charges against him. It was obvious there was a double standard. Michael Jackson couldn't defend himself. He'd been dead for years when she aired Leaving Neverland, but here she was throwing him under the bus while completely sidestepping Weinstein, a man who was alive, well, and guilty as charged. Do you think Oprah betrayed Michael? Absolutely, MHM. Absolutely, 100%. And I feel like she betrayed not just him but my family. The way Oprah seemingly chose to amplify accusations against Michael, while turning a blind eye to Weinstein, had people questioning her motives. It was like she was picking and choosing who to support based on what was convenient for her image. Oprah even did a special show after Leaving Neverland AED, giving Michael's accusers a whole platform to tell their stories, something she didn't even consider doing for Weinstein's victims. This selective justice left fans with a bad taste in their mouths. Why would Oprah go all in on Michael Jackson but stay about Weinstein? Someone she was known to be close to the Jackson family, especially Janet, felt this was Oprah's attempt to erase Michael's legacy. They're still waiting for Oprah to acknowledge the pain she caused them and Michael's fans. Janet Jackson and others want an apology, but Oprah has kept silent, not a word of remorse. At the end of the day, it all raises the question, was Oprah motivated by personal gain, or was there more to the story? Whatever her reasons, it's clear the Jackson family and Michael's fans may never forgive he